no one has told you that knowing how to create content and knowing how to run a business are completely different skill steps. You have been operating as a creator. Hi, travel creator besties. Welcome back to another episode. For full transparency, I am recording this laying down because we have just exited the Blizzard Armageddon of 2026 and I have had enough. But that's not going to stop me from walking you through the 5 shifts I think every travel creator needs to have and make in order to transition from just being a creator, just creating content, to being a business owner. Okay, so you have already done the hard part. You have built an audience. You've figured out the content thing. You are getting some brand deals, or at least you're reaching out to brands. You're pitching them. And honestly, on paper, you've made it. Like if someone from a 30,000 foot view looks at what you're doing, they're like, oh my gosh, they're a content creator. They are pitching brands. They're traveling. Like you've made it. So why does it feel like you haven't? And it's because no one has told you that knowing how to create content and knowing how to run a business are completely different skill steps. You have been operating as a creator. You're doing all the things, you're posting all the content, you're saying yes to all the opportunities, you are grinding, but you're starting to hit a ceiling here. And so I want to walk you through the 5 shifts to take you from the creator to actually being the CEO. And it's not so that you can stop creating content. It's so you can build something that doesn't require you to be on every single day. Because man, doesn't a beach marg at like 1 p.m. on a random Tuesday sound so good? Okay. So the first shift I'm walking you through is content. And we are going to go from creating more content to leveraging what you have. It is a tale as old as time. It is called content repurposing. I know you know it, but what I want you to know about content repurposing is that we are doing this from a data-driven place and not a vibes-driven place. So I want you to look through your past content that has performed well. I'm using air quotes right now. You can't see them because I'm lying on my couch. The air quotes around performed well are there because performed well is a subjective term. If your goal is to get a lot of engagement, great. You're going to look for the posts that have the most comments and shares. If your post is sales, it's great. I'm going to look for the posts that have the most DMs sent to me and the most saves. Okay, so it just depends what your social media goals are. And then I want you, now that you know your goals, cool, easy, not simple, not easy, is to look at the posts that match your goals or got close to it. And then we're going to repurpose them. Okay, we're going to post them as trial reels. We are going to use them over and over. Okay, I was just on a webinar in Marie's community called Cocktails and Clothes, where, you know, you've heard how people need to see something 7 times to remember it. Then that has now been updated to 27 times, not to remember it, but to buy from you. So you need to create something and don't shut up about it, okay? That's the gist. And so we want to leverage what you already have and what has done well, okay? Okay, the next shift is moving into revenue. It's important to just know your numbers, okay? To know what's coming in, what's going out, what do you actually need to do to hit the goals that you want. And we're going to go from trading time for brand deals to building assets that pay you while you sleep. So creators, a lot of your income might come from actively posting and actively promoting. And if you have like a slow month, you know, it can become panic inducing. Oh my God. Maybe your revenue is unpredictable and it's untracked, and maybe you're just saying yes to underpaying deals because something is better than nothing. I was also listening to my friend Maddie Garrett's podcast called Paid to Travel, and she was talking about how creators, whether you are an influencer or a UGC creator, need to just have a basement, meaning I am not going to go below this rate. This is my rate and I'm not going to go below it. And it's really hard. It's really freaking difficult, but it's really important if you want to reach those next levels. Okay, so CEOs, business owners, they have multiple revenue streams. I'm not going to sit here, lay here, and tell you that you need 38 income streams. I'm not telling you that. But I need you to have some that don't require you to show up all the time. Like I said, I need you to know your numbers, your monthly average, your profit margins, your best revenue source. And I need you to build assets like your email list, a digital product, affiliate systems, content licensing. Honestly, some of the easiest ways to go and make some money right now is probably affiliate marketing. That's a great income stream, okay? CEOs also say no to deals because they have options. Like I just said, we want to set up your basement, and I want you to think in terms of revenue per hour and not just total revenue. So brand deals are great. They are great. But if 90% of your income requires you to personally create and post, you don't have a business, you have a freelance gig and a ring light, okay, you do. So what I want you to do is write down every single way you make money in the last 6 months. What percentage required you to actually show up? What percentage could have happened while you were offline? And what ideas do you have or things you've been wanting to try to make more passive income? Okay, the next shift is time. Right now, you're probably doing everything, and we're going to move from doing everything to protecting your genius zone. Step 1, we're going to read the book Essentialism. You don't even have to read the whole thing. Literally read the first 10 pages, and you'll get the gist. It's essentially that if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. So creators are often doing everything themselves. They are filming, they're editing, they're posting, pitching, invoicing, emailing. And you might have no idea where your time is actually going. You also are probably working constantly, but you can't point to what moved the needle forward. And you feel busy, but you don't feel productive, okay? This is when the red flag is waving. CEOs and business owners, they know what tasks only they can do. They know what lies in their zone of genius. They also delegate, they automate, they eliminate everything else. They also track time to make strategic decisions. I personally use Toggle. I've used it for years. I love it. I have it running all of the time, even when I'm working on my own business tasks, not just client work, to see how long things take me. Business owners often work in focused blocks and not like scattered chaos. It can be hard as a creative person to be like, okay, from 8 to whatever on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to do this task. Because sometimes we don't feel like it and we'd rather do something else. So you could either try the time blocking, or you could be like, all right, on Tuesdays, I know I just need to send pitches. So I don't care when I do it, but I got to get it done. That's incredibly helpful. And it helps protect your creative energy. Okay, because it is a finite resource and we need to protect it. So I just need you to figure out when you work best and do your hardest tasks during that time. Because your job isn't to do everything. Your job is to do the things only you can do and build systems or outsource and outsource for the rest. Okay, so the first step I want you to take is track your time for 3 days at least. Categorize each task. Can only you do this? Can someone else do this with instructions? Does this even need to happen at all? Is this task actually vital for my goal hitting? And I want you to be ruthless. Okay, consider this like a closet clean out. This is a closet clean out, Marie Kondo style. Throw all your shit on the bed, look at it and be like, is this truly helping me hit my goal? I need to do a closet clean out, guys. Okay. The other shift is systems. I know you probably hate me. Okay, so we're going to go from winging it to documented operations. Ooh. So we are creative people, and oftentimes all our shit lives in our head, okay? Because that's fun. We also find ourselves reinventing the wheel all the time, don't you? Oh my God, I do. It's crazy. You might not be able to take a week off with things falling apart. You also might not have an idea of how to bring in help, even if you wanted to. And deadlines, pitches, and you have ideas scattered across 14 apps in a note folder. Who's guilty? It's okay. We're all there. Whereas business owners, they have documented processes for repeating tasks. They have one project management system They can hand off tasks because they have instructions, they have templates, and they review the business shit weekly instead of just doing the task. Okay, all of that shit is so fucking boring, isn't it? It's so boring, but I hate to tell you that boring builds businesses. All of that boring stuff is some of the most important stuff, and it's so hard as creative people to want to build the boring ass system. So that's what we are doing in my community, the Travel Creator Business Plan. The link below is always there for you if you want to join a group of creators who are doing exactly this, going from creator to business owner. We're doing and we're talking about, and together we're working on the boring bullshit that is actually the backbone of your entire creator life, because you are too damn cool to not be sipping a marg on the beach on a random Tuesday. You are way too cool to not be surfing or hiking or watching the sunrise in who fucking knows where on a random Thursday, okay? You're way too cool to do that, and you freaking know it. All right. So your first move with systems, I want you to pick the task that you do most often that annoys you, that you hate doing, but you have to do it. And I want you to write down the steps you're doing when you're doing it. Okay, so record a loom, walking yourself through it. There's also, I think it's called Scribe. I might not be correct, but it's a tool that creates like the SOP for you by watching your screen, okay? The cybersecurity nerd in me hates that, but we're kind of in too deep, okay? So that resource exists for you, but do that or record a loom walking through the steps. And congrats, now you have your first standard operating procedure, okay? Slay. All right, the last shift, and potentially the most important, because if you don't have this, what do we have, friends? And it is your identity. I need you to realize you are a business owner who runs a business. And I need you to realize that. I need you to look in the mirror and say, I am a business owner. I'm not just like some random person who started posting shit on Instagram and I make some dollars here and there from doing that. No. You're running a business and we need to treat it like such. So business owners, they see their business as an entity they manage. It's not an extension of their soul. It is not you. You are not your business. Things are going to happen in your business that will make you sad. Maybe you lose a dream client, someone doesn't sign on, whatever. That's sad, but it's not you. Business owners also make decisions based on data, not emotions or vibes. Okay, my God, I wish I could run my business on vibes. However, the data don't lie. I hate that. Wish it didn't. Here I am. Business owners also have boundaries between creator time and personal time. They also remember why they started doing this in the first place, okay? So I need you to do some journaling here. Here's a prompt. Are you ready for a prompt? I hope you're driving right now. If you are, pause this, listen to this, pause this, say it out loud, dare you. Why did you start creating travel content? Okay. What did you want your life to look like? Okay. Now, what is your current reality? What's going on? Okay, did you think about that? Slay. Okay, what's the gap between where you are right now and where you thought you might be? What would you do differently if you were treating your creator business like a company you were hired to run and not a personality you have to perform? I know you work for yourself, but you've hired yourself. And so we need to show up for yourselves. I know every single person who is listening to this is a killer employee. I know that. And guess what? Your business has just hired you, so it needs you to show up like a killer employee wouldn't put shit off. It would be given a deadline and they would do it. And I know that's you. And I know you can get it together. You don't have to have everything together. That's not what I'm saying. But I know that you can show up for yourself is what I'm saying. Okay. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is something called a focus filter. It's going to keep you dialed in to what's important and actually going to move your business forward. So when a new task comes up, I want you to ask, does this serve one of my priorities? Will taking action on this opportunity pull time away from me working on the steps towards my goals? Can this opportunity wait? Am I saying yes because it's exciting or because it's strategic? If I add this opportunity to my weekly or daily to-do list, will it help me reach my goals? If your answer is no to 3 or more, it is a distraction, my friends, okay? It is a distraction. So now you've got the map of how to go from creator to business owner, but I want to give you turn-by-turn direction. So that is what you will find inside the Travel Creator Business Plan community. We are rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. My goal is to make it the best resource a travel creator could spend their coin on. And so far, it's been a blast to make it happen. And so that link below will always be there for you if you want to join. But if you have questions about the community, I want you to DM me on Instagram about it because I'm a real human. I am. Crazy, right? You might be listening in your car, in your kitchen, on your walk. I'm actually real. And I will answer your questions about the community if you message me on Instagram, because I am not interested in serving you something that isn't worth your while, your time, or your money. I don't want that to happen to me, so I don't want that to happen to you. So I will answer you honestly. Is this community for you or is it not? Okay, so you don't have to stress about that. There's also no commitment. You're literally not committed at any time. You can join for a month and then peace out. No pressure. Okay, friends, happy creating. You can do it. You are the best employee for the job. And I will see you next week. Just a reminder that you became a travel creator to travel, not to spend 12 hours in a cafe in Croatia, hunched over your laptop in total shrimp mode, wondering if your latest post is actually going to hit. Knowing how to create good content and knowing how to run a content creation business are two completely different skills, and absolutely nobody is talking about it. Well, except me. The Travel Creator Business Plan is the only business building community in the world for travel creators who want to move into business mode and not chase the next shot mode. Every month, you get one brand new business system delivered straight to the community. You also get monthly co-working sessions and Q&A sessions, as well as a private community of other travel creators who are building real businesses. Courtney, one of our members, says, "You achieved more with me in 4 to 6 weeks than I did in 6 months with other programs. You gave me permission to chase not only what lights me up, but a business roadmap that matches my goals, not some cookie cutter process." And Courtney, I love having you in there. So if you are a travel creator who is done learning how to be a creator and ready to learn how to be a business owner, the Travel Creator Business Plan is for you. I'd love to see you inside, and I will leave a link to join us below in the show notes.
This podcast was produced by Your Girl Media.